You are listening to Contraband.
Heard the comments that Donald Trump made about Somalis and Ilhan Omar yesterday? If not, here they are.
Somalians ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too.
His comments followed an appearance on Fox News by Florida Representative Republican Kat Cammack. Try saying that 3 times. He probably sold seashells by the seashore. Who said this?
And it's pretty staggering when you take a step back and you realize that today, 1 in 6 people here in the United States is foreign born. 1 in 6. That, quite frankly, is not sustainable to maintain a culture that we are known for here in the United States. When you have people who, instead of assimilating into our culture, are opting to basically import their culture, many cases that culture is one of fraud and schemes and scams and violence, you erode the underfoot of what America is all about. And so,
like, most of the people who were outraged by this comment, I'm going to be honest, a lot of them were white. Not just because they're the majority, but they think it's, first of all, it's clearly racist. And they've never heard a president be that racist before. And because they learned a whitewashed version of history, they think like this is unprecedented. Here's another quote by Thomas Jefferson, who wrote this because they didn't have a lot of press conferences back in 1790s. This unfortunate difference of color and perhaps of faculty is a powerful obstacle to the emancipation of these people. Among the Romans, emancipation required but one effort. The slave, when made free, might mix with without staining the blood of his master. But with us, second is necessary, unknown to history. When freed, he is to be removed beyond the reach of mixture. Or that you remember that great emancipator, Abraham Lincoln, the original draft of the Emancipation Proclamation also included sending black people back to Africa. And 4 days before General Benjamin Butler, I can hardly believe that the South and the North can live in peace unless we get rid of the Negroes. I believe that it would be better to export them all to some fertile country. Now, if you're black in America, you've heard a version of this because it's essentially, if you don't like it, why don't you go back to Africa? And we never asked the question, why don't y'all go back to, I don't know where white people come from, Caucasia, white people stayed, I don't know, white Conda. Now, I know this sounds like I'm saying the same thing that they're saying, but no, I'm not, right? And here's the difference, right? In most cases, these people are displeased. They're expressing their displeasure with the state of their country. They don't like multiracial democracy. It's too woke. It's too DEI-y. It's too, affirmative action-y. What they don't like is multiracial democracy. They think the elections are stolen because too many black people voted or too many immigrants or naturalized citizens voted. They don't like America. Why don't they go back to where they came from? Conversely, what black people are usually trying to do, or what are all those other people trying to do, is push this country forward. They're not saying take something from white people or suppress white people. They're saying, hey, you should tweak this civil rights law, tweak this voting law so that it is more inclusive. There's a difference between progress and regression. Their whole premise is we want to go backwards. We want to make America less inclusive versus the people who are making it more inclusive. Why don't they go back to their country? Because like when Trump was talking about Somalis, or when that cat lady was talking about, I don't know, all the immigrants, they never like to admit that that's why their people came here. Because their country was shit countries too. Like